He came to power promising a new age of prosperity.
भारत माता की भारत माता की
But his rule has been marred by religious turmoil.
There have been violent protests in opposition to a new citizenship law, which many see as discriminating against the nation's Muslim minority.
Many in India see this law as anti-Muslim.
Massive pelting as of now is going on.
This series tells the story of Narendra Modi's troubled relationship with India's Muslims.
As a young child, Mr. Modi joined an organization which believes that this is a country of the Hindus.
Could he have done more to prevent violence that killed hundreds of Muslims?
We were hearing that those orders to let all this happen were coming from the top.
It is obviously a stain on his reputation. There's no way out of that.
I'm not agree with your analysis. I'm not agree with your information. From where you have picked up this type of garbage, I do not know.
Speaking here a lot about women and development and integration and inclusivity, and you would have seen back home there are many questions being asked by the opposition about a particular incident. I'm not sure of how much you've heard about the allegation by Vinesh Fogart against the Wrestling Federation chief, and a lot of the Congress walas are saying, ask the Women and Child Development Minister, what does she have to say about this?
Like I said, I'm on foreign soil where I am to exhibit the best of Indian capacities. Insofar as the Congress's allegation as to what does the Women and Child Development Minister have to say about issues with regards to women's safety and security. And I would give here a rider that I personally know and engage with the Fogart sisters and including Bajrang Punia, and I have no political statements to make about them. I know that they're conscientious individuals. I will also say this, that as a representative of the government, when I do a comparative, and I do this with a deep sense of understanding that's a political compulsion, because I have to respond to this question right now. In the year 2013, when the Congress was in power, they declared this very big announcement was made about the Nirbhaya Fund, as though they have committed themselves as a government, as a political entity, to safety and security of women. In 2014, when Modi government was formed, one found that not a rupee was spent out of that fund. There was no constitution of how that fund would percolate for safety and security of women at the grassroots or in cities, or for that matter, state capitals. So yes, it is the Congress's right to hunt for Smriti Irani everywhere, given how much they are smarting after I defeated, for the first time in the history of Indian democracy, the sitting Congress president, who is still walking and trying to find some kind of way to a new political destination. I wish him well. But I will say this, that the commitment of the Modi government towards safety and security is not only known, it has been tested and proved to be humane.
All right.
In fact, no, but I was actually asking you about you as minister, and that's what I was coming, that even today while we're here, I'm already seeing that the Congress is attacking you and taking out old videos, saying that why don't you speak when crimes happen against women now?
Do you think that I firstly would speak only because the Congress wants me to speak or not speak? But can you imagine the desperation of the country's so-called oldest political organization? Can you imagine the deep sense of hurt and agitation? Oh my God, she defeated Rahul Gandhi. Can I just find one tweet, one photograph, one video to whack her with every day? I say bring it on. But would I waste productive time at Davos to discuss Congress, or would I want to discuss issues related to women and children and I think the population as a whole? Because why is it incumbent upon female ministers to only talk about women?
Well, no, you are women.
So let me look at issues. I'm also Minister Minority. Let me look it up. And I've served as Minister Education. I was privileged that the Prime Minister deemed it fit that I create the foundation of engagement for the new education policy, which for 30 years was not changed. And now Prime Minister Modi has brought forth an education policy which for the first time has a gender inclusion fund. Question is, the Congress was in power, why didn't it do it? No, second issue, and let me address even the law and order issue. In 2013, and I then was in opposition, I've spoken on issues like POCSO, I've spoken on issues like sexual harassment at workplace, I've spoken for stringent rape laws, and yes, you take out my speeches from there, and yes, I've spoken, but I'm also a part of a government that's addressed the security challenge for women. Why? And I can say this decisively today, because the Congress party pronounced the Nirbhaya Fund in 2013, did not spend one penny out of it